Well, howdy there, folks, and welcome into today's video. So I just put 6 figures into a stock here today, all right? Now, I want to share why I am buying this stock heavily today. I want to share like what is going on with this company, because some things have changed for the better in a massive way, and I really want to explain this. I'm going to take you into revenue projections I actually have for this company, and then we'll get into essentially how many shares I own of this stock. And lastly, we'll get into exactly where I think the stock price is going to go over time. Like, how much do I think the stock is going to go up over time? So we've got a lot to get into in today's video. Hope you guys enjoy this. As always, don't forget to smash a thumbs up. I appreciate that in a huge way. Everybody in the channel appreciates that in a huge way. It helps us get some more help in the YouTube algorithm and things like that. And this is one of those videos where it's not just about the stock I'm telling you about, but it's about kind of the approach, how I think about these sorts of things. You can definitely derive a lot of value out of a video like this. So I do appreciate all you guys for being here. If you want to subscribe, that is down there as well, guys. I try to post daily on this channel. If you're looking to join us in the private stock group and you're looking for coaching, we actually have a few 7-figure coaches having spots open up this week. If you want to go ahead and be coached one-on-one with one of our phenomenal coaches, we have that opportunity. That will be linked in the description down there. Also be the pinned comment if you're looking to join us in the private group Financial Fortress. All right. Alrighty, guys. So let's get into this. So the stock here is the Planet. Okay, Planet 13. Now, here's the interesting thing about the Planet. I started buying the stock when it was $1 a share. $1 a share, and I just put 6 figures in the stock today, and it's over $6 a share. If that doesn't scream, I think the stock's a screaming buy, I don't know what is, because it hurts. It actually hurts to buy a stock when it is up this much, okay? But at the end of the day, you got to put your pride aside sometimes and say, you know what? Do I feel like this stock's a deal? Yes, it's going to make my cost basis look less. And yeah, I used to pay $1 for the stock and now it's $6. Okay, that hurts the pride. But at the end of the day, it's all about making money. Am I going to make money or not make money? And I think I'm going to make a whole lot of money buying this stock at $6 a share because of where I think the stock's going over the coming years and what is changing with their business model in a massive way, literally as we speak, okay? So something interesting when I bought those shares today, okay? Look at how many different chunks the shares had to be bought in. Look at this. 52,000, 15,000, 11,000, $600, almost $8,900, $122, 11,000, $5,400. There were so many different shares that had to get traded, I noticed, when I put in that order. What I think is going on with the Planet stock price is I think there's a massive amount of people that are just buying this stock and putting it in the filing cabinet and holding it for long term. Like usually when I buy a stock, and the Planet's over $1 billion market cap now. It's not like the Planet's some $10 million market cap or something. This is over $1 billion market cap now, 1.2 billion or something like that, right? Usually if I'm going to buy $100,000 worth of stock, it's like through like that. This took several minutes, which just shows you how few people want to sell their shares. Look at somebody like myself. I don't want to sell my shares. Heck no, this stock could double tomorrow. I don't care. I'm not selling my shares. And I'm clearly buying the stock. I just bought $100,000 worth. So what's interesting with the Planet stock, other than obviously all the things we're going to get into around the business model and what's changing here, is there's an immense amount of people that kind of similar to like a Tesla stock or Amazon or some other stocks where people buy it and they don't sell it and they're like, I'm holding this for the next 5-10 years. I don't care what the stock price goes to. That's happening with the Planet. This order should have been filled like in a snap of fingers, and it took several minutes to fill my one order here, okay? And this is on an up day, right? Usually on an up day, that's a day when people say, okay, let me sell all the shares, let me take some profits. Our stock's up 6%, 7%, 9%, whatever, right? Not going on with this stock. People are holding this one for the long term, like myself. They're focused on putting this one in the filing cabinet and saying, I'll think about selling it in maybe 5 or 10 years. And until then, whatever it goes to is whatever it goes to. And I'm the same exact way. But the difference comes in, this stock is no longer a spec stock. I used to consider the stock a spec stock, meaning it was speculative, high risk, high reward. I don't put it in that category anymore. Obviously, it still has risk, as with all stocks out there. I put this into the growth beast category now. Okay, we're going to go through all this. Let me show you how many shares I actually hold in total now of the Planet stock, okay? So this is my main private account. I have about, almost $350,000 worth of shares in that account now. 50,000 shares. This is an account I had $1 and something cost basis. And now because I bought all those shares here today in this particular account, my cost basis has gone to $3.20. Once again, you can't let your pride get the best of you. Yeah, my cost basis earlier today said $1 something, and now it says $3.20. Who cares? All I care about is that this stock's going to go up massively higher from here. That's literally all that matters. I've learned lessons like that on a stock like Tesla, for instance, where I was like, oh man, it's going up. I don't know if I can buy it now. The stock's doubled since I first bought it. And then that stock went up to go up another 1,000+%. It's like at the end of the day, when you hold great stocks that have unbelievable growth and, a decade plus of growth in front of themselves, you don't worry about, oh, my cost base is going to go up. You worry about, I'm going to make money, man. I'm trying to make money here, not trying to look as good as possible with the prettiest cost basis, and I can flex on everybody and be like, oh, I bought that at $1. Who cares, man? All that matters is what's this amount? This amount being the biggest amount possible. That's literally all that matters at the end of the day, okay? In another one of my accounts, this is what account is this? So this is probably the public account actually, which is available for everybody in my private stock group to see every single move I ever make in that account, every single buy order, sell order. We have 10,000 shares in that account, almost $70,000 worth there. This one, oh man, $1.25 cost basis. Woo! Oh man, that's a nice one, okay? This account here, I got 4,500 shares. $31,000 worth of stock here. This particular one, I got 6,400 shares, $44,000 worth of shares there. And then in this random Chase account, which I know is random, a Chase brokerage account, I actually have that. Oh, my screen went out. I don't care. You guys don't need to look at me anyways here. But with this particular one, look at this. 7,000 shares there, and this one, let's see, what's the total amount here? $48,000, almost $49,000 worth of the stock there on this particular one, okay? So what I want to get into now is we're going to actually get into what is going on with this stock, why there's such a big change in the stock, why is it no longer a spec stock, and now it is considered a stock I would consider a growth beast, and then we'll get into what I think the stock price is going to over time. Here today, it's a little under $7 a share, or around $7 a share or so. First off, what I want to mention is, when I was first buying the stock for $1 something, there were definitely some people out there like, oh my gosh, this is some P&D play to, make 10, 20, 30% real quick, sell out of it, make a profit. And like I gave the expression, man, others can chase breadcrumbs if they want to chase breadcrumbs. I'm not here to chase breadcrumbs, man. I'm here for this. I'm going after loaves of bread. When you buy into a great stock that you love for the long term, you don't worry. You don't worry about, oh, it went up 10%, oh, it went up 15%, 20%, 30%. Who cares? What matters at the end of the day when you own great growth companies is where that company is going over the next 5, 10 years. If you own truly great stocks, those stocks have possibilities to appreciate hundreds of percent or thousands of percent, or dare I say tens of thousands of percent. If you look at a whole host of great companies over time, this is what they do. I'm going after loaves of bread. Whether the stock goes up or down in the short term, who cares in the end? That's all breadcrumbs. Other stocks, a value stock, something like that, you make 10, 20%, whatever. Okay, cool. But man, I'm not trying to cash out with some 10, 20, 30% gain. Like, I'm trying to get the whole loaf of bread at the end of the day, okay? So what happened yesterday? This is really, really interesting. So, the Planet earnings came out really strong. But this specific number changed the game. The company did $9.7 million in revenue in the month of March. This completely changes the game for the Planet in my hypothesis. What I'm going to take you through is revenue projections I have for the company. And this number is almost shocking to me. $9.7 million in 1 month. Meanwhile, Vegas was not even super busy in March. Imagine as Vegas comes back more to normal over the summer. My gosh, can you imagine the numbers that are going to be posted out of this company? This is going to be ridiculous, okay? So what we're looking at here, and I shared this with a private group last night, is my revenue projections for the Planet in 2021, okay? So what we're looking at here, The company is expected to do $127 million. That's what analysts are expecting for this company. I have them doing $157 million revenue expectation for me for this company. I could be $10 million off, and let's say they do 147, and I'm still well above what analysts have out there, okay? If they did 147, I'm still looking really dang good here, okay? Here's what we have. So January, February, probably slow months. So I had them doing probably 7 mil, something like that, okay? March, they did almost 10 mil, right? 9.7 mil. So I just like to round it out to even numbers here. I think April is going to be another pickup. I think I was down at the Planet Store this weekend. It was packed, man. Absolutely packed down there. I think April's going to be super busy here in Vegas. I think as more and more people get their shots, they're going to feel more and more comfortable to travel, get out there, spend some money, do some stuff like that. So essentially like 11 mil in April, I think is definitely very doable. May, I think, is another ramp up month. They do 12 mil in my opinion in the month of May. I think up to $14 million potentially in the month of June. June is going to be crazy in Vegas. I feel like that's the month where things are clearly back to normal. Pools are busy. Just everything is super busy in Vegas in general, okay? July, we're talking about the Orange County store is going to be open. Vegas is going to be nuts July 4th weekend and just in general, right? Everybody's going to for sure have their shots by that time, right? So like the type of numbers, the type of like 16 mil, I might be too conservative on my $16 million number here in July. I'll be honest. That's the month where I'm like, if Orange County store opens like crazy and ramps up right away, I mean, who knows? Maybe they put up a $20 million plus number in July and into August. I don't know what to expect. So I'm putting 16 mil there and just kind of like hedging, like in case Orange County store opens slow. But I think there's a strong possibility they could do a $20 million plus month in July with Vegas being packed and crazy, and then California, the store being open pretty much the whole month like it's supposed to be in July. That's the wild card, okay? So I went with 16 mil. I could definitely see that being 20 mil plus as a possibility, okay? So that's really strong. I think August and September will be kind of peak months. So I got 17 mil as kind of the peak year. You got Vegas being packed still. You obviously have the Orange County store open. You have the Medizin store. Something interesting about the Medizin store, which is their smaller store format here in Vegas, is that store could potentially do some big traffic after Raider games because it is on a route where a lot of people will take actually coming from the stadium. That we'll have to see how all that plays out, but that's really, really intriguing to see. Like, do they put up some crazy volumes, get some crazy, recognition from folks that maybe didn't even know that store was there? Very, very interesting. That store just reopened back up at the end of November, beginning of December, by the way, when it comes to Medizin store. Okay, I think October, November, December will kind of be a bit of a slowdown for the company. Vegas usually slows down in those months. I think just in general, I think it'll be slower. So I think they'll do 16 mil, 15 mil, 15 mil in those months. A lot depends on that Orange County store, though. So I'm very comfortable with $157 million revenue expectation for the Planet in 2021. And that's $30 million between, analysts and I, we disagree from time to time on some of these stocks. Usually I get the better of them. Maybe they get the better of me. Maybe the company does 127 mil. Keep in mind, even if they only did 127 mil, which I say only, that would be like, oh my gosh, that would be probably still 70% plus growth, if not 80% growth year over year. If they did 127 mil, never mind they do 157. We're talking over 100% growth for this company in 2021 based upon my revenue expectations, okay? I think the profitability will start pouring in, and then oh my gosh, you have so much to get into after that, okay? This is just 2021, okay? We still got to talk about where I think the stock price is going over time, what's going on with the business model, all these sorts of things. But yeah, these are the actual revenue expectations. There's only 3 analysts that cover Planet stock because it's obviously a smaller company, only a little over $1 billion market cap. And I don't even know, some firms might not even be allowed to cover the stock yet because things aren't federally legalized yet. But anyways, 127 mil analysts have for this company. That would be, it's just massive growth year over year. I have been doing 157 mil. That's over 100% growth. I think it's very doable for this company. Very doable, okay? Next year, 189 mil. If they do my 157 mil this year and they open another superstore next year, which is definitely very possible, very possible. They could even open 2 superstores if they want in 2022 because they got 9 figures plus of cash now on that balance sheet as of today. 9 figures plus. This is why I took this out of the spec stock category. Now it's just a growth beast because they're starting to cash flow, and they'll really start to cash flow this year. And then you have 9 figures of cash on the balance sheet. If we look at next year numbers, if they do 157 mil, this year in 2021, we're going well over 200 mil in 2022. And I'm talking well over. And this is where we get into this whole thing where, things could be actually much, much, much better than we ever expected with this stock. And the growth rates could be actually much, much quicker and faster than we ever expected with this stock. Never mind if federal legalization comes. We're not even talking about federal legalization yet. If we could go on that subject, which we just heard something about Schumer says, he's going to try to get things passed regardless if, the current president is on board. That's a whole other, oh my gosh, okay? Oh my goodness, you got to be flipping my flapjacks. This is a holy smokers. This ain't no jokers, okay? For me to put $100,000 into a stock today, when I have bought this stock for, and it's gained hundreds of percent since then, that's a hard thing for me to do, man. This just kind of shows you how much belief I have in this. Where do I think the stock's going over time and things like that? So I think the stock's going between $25 over the coming years and $70 over the coming years. When I look at this company, when I look at their growth trajectory, which we got to get into some more of that here, I think $25 to $70 a share over the next 5-10 years is definitely very much in the realm of possibility. And the access to capital this company has now, never mind if federal legalization comes and they have even a bigger access to capital, investors want to hold this stock for the long term, so if the company wants to raise money down the road, they can. I don't even think the company's going to need to raise any more money, I'll be honest. They have 9 figures of cash on the balance sheet now, and this company's in a position now where they're going to start having some nice cash flows come in likely, and some big net income starting this year and especially moving into future years. I honestly don't even think this company's going to need to raise money in the future. However, if they want to raise money in the future, they have that potential that they could go ahead and do that, okay? The 5-year objective for this company, they want to have 8 or more superstores in Tier 1 markets across the United States, okay? This is even without federal legalization. Never mind if federal legalization comes, okay? Plus neighborhood stores. But, the whole thing for me around the superstores is, yes, that is a massive opportunity. Yes, this stock can be a slam dunk, even if this was their only thing. But there's something bigger going on for this company than actually meets the eye with the whole store expansion, open a bunch more superstores around different huge markets around the United States, build a huge brand name, then have some neighborhood stores as well. There's something actually much bigger here than just like like I call it the Cabela's idea, the Bass Pro Shop idea, right? But being that the player in this space, okay? Right down here, number 4, okay? So the Orange County store opens, this year. It's supposed to open in July, right? The biggest opportunity for this company long term is the fact that this company has in-house brands, and I think those in-house brands long-term could be bigger for this company and more important for this company than the superstores and the regional stores. The way to look at it is superstore business and the smaller store formats. That's the short-term. Let's amp up the revenue numbers. Let's get huge cash flows coming in the short term over the next 3-5 years. That's great. Longer term, if Haha Gummies, Dreamland Chocolates, the Medizin brand, and these other brands, they have their in-house brands, which are already highly successful, become a lot more successful. They could have the Patron, the Budweiser of the MJ space long term. And so when I look at it from that context, it's not just about them opening their own stores. It's about getting into all the other stores and online as that, takes off over the next, let's say 5-10 years, okay? When I look at it from this context, this is the biggest opportunity. This in itself is a $10 billion plus like if they can successfully do this, this could command a $10 billion plus market cap in itself. Never mind when you add the superstore opportunity and the regional stores, that's another $10 billion plus opportunity long term market cap wise. This is why I go out there and I say, wow, stock's gone from $1 to $6, and all I've seen them do is execute far better than I ever thought they would. All I've seen them do is raise immense amounts of capital to put themselves in the financial position they could, the strongest financial position they could possibly be in. I saw the company just do 10 mil, almost 10 mil in the month of March, with Vegas not even being close to capacity. Like, imagine the numbers this company is going to put up this summer. Imagine throughout the year, and imagine in future years as more and more superstores get announced and the brands get more well-known, the superstores get more well-known. I mean, my gosh, is this a massive opportunity. And this is why I go out there and I put another, 6 figures in the stock here today, despite being up huge, because there's way too much opportunity in the stock for me to say, just way too much opportunity. The story is way better than I ever even thought it was. And that's saying a heck of a lot, okay? That is saying a heck of a lot, all right? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, I am passionate about this one. If you don't mind, smash the thumbs up. That helps us out huge in the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here, as always. If you're looking to apply for the private stock group, you want to join us in there, you're looking to get coached by one of our 6-figure, 7-figure coaches in there, we have some opportunities open up this week, so you can definitely check out that. That will be pinned comment down there. Much love as always, guys, and peace.